All right, welcome back, Pokémon Go players, to another episode of the Purified Podcast. Today is November 1st, 2020. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Hey, it's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please. How you doing, Lewis?
How's it going, my good man?
Oh, it's going good. It's going good. Been taking it easy this week in Pokemon Go, but still plenty of stories to tell.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely a lot to look forward to.
Oh, yeah. That's a definite. That is a definite. It's been an interesting win for sure with everything that's going on. Plus Halloween happening just yesterday for us. A lot of other things just off the charts. But of course, I don't know. This day has been it's been all right. It's been all right, I guess. Let's go ahead and, of course, we are here to talk about Pokemon Go news and updates and ranting about Pokemon Go because we love the game just as much as you do. And Chris, let's not forget to remind everybody that we are part of the Professor Network. Please check us out at theprofessornetwork.com/Purified Podcast because they are wonderful people. They love working with us and they always have such an amazing guest people around their own podcast working together to make Pokemon Go great. That's all I'm going to say.
They're smart people, nice people.
Definitely. But yeah, let's see if we can get into some recaps here. Shift the gears once again and see how we can go. What you got for me?
Oh, dude. If we're starting off where I think we're starting off, I do have a pretty good amount of shinies and hundos. By that I mean not too many. Oh my gosh. I actually don't remember what I've gotten. Oh, whoa. Yeah, I'm pretty happy actually.
Yeah, what you got?
Right after our podcast, I actually got a Hundo Murkrow like the next day that spawned at my house.
Dude.
I was like, thank you. That was beautiful.
I guess it's just a reward,
Oh yeah, and then I got a certain shiny from an event that we had yesterday, but I can save that if you want to talk about that after we go over the hundos and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we can probably talk about it now then, since we're already in that regard, since we're talking about shinies and hundos and everything else that we get, of course. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and talk about Alolan Marowak Ray Day. It's like, okay, I mean, we already had this shiny for a while. I guess it's a good introduction to raids. People don't have it yet. It was really easy to take down. You actually could solo it if you had a good counter team.
Dude, especially with Mega Gengar, like, people were going ham on it.
Yeah, definitely. They were definitely on a different thing. People were just inviting me. Well, actually, through the beginning of the day, I didn't get a lot of invites. Well, plus I was working at the time, so I was like, okay, I don't really need to worry about my phone and, things like that. But in the grand scheme of things, I got out of work, started opening my game up a little bit more when I was running around for a bit. And I got a couple of invites, and the shinies just kept on popping up, so like left and right, and I'm just like, okay, I thought that I heard from like people online that they were a little bit hard to get, but I mean, I ended up with 4, and I did like 6-7 raids, I think.
I got 1 out of like, I want to say maybe 12. I didn't go as hard as some of the people. I only really took like the invited raids. I could have done more. I only wanted 1 shiny with Shadowbone though.
Yeah,
that was all I needed.
I also was just looking to get a little bit more, especially because this was finally the introduction, just like Chris said, of Shadowbone into Pokemon Go, which we never really got because of this whole pandemic thing that's been going on until now. So, I mean, I'm glad that they were able to reschedule it after such a long time. I think it was like from the beginning of the year until now. It's crazy enough.
Yeah, it kind of fit in too, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. real quick to the chat. Actually, we have two Terrys right now. Terry Wolf, that is a wonderful a person who supports our podcast and across all the platforms, especially every other podcast. Terry, the Joey over here in the chat, of course, and then Derp. Thank you very much for joining us. Yes, and the Terrys, thank you very much for the raids that day, because that's where I actually got a couple of shinies thanks to you guys. So I think if I actually go over here, I got one from Rhonda West in Florida, Rhonda Lake in Illinois. So this one is actually from the Terry in the chat, Terry Wolf right there. So thank you very much for the shiny there, Terry. And a couple more from our own Discord, of course, and everything. So that was pretty good. Thank you also for joining us. But yeah, it was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed it a bit, mostly because the shinies were boosted. They were like 1 in 17 or something. People were struggling a little bit to get the shinies. It wasn't too bad. But again, in the end of the day, I think in the grand scheme of things, it was a fun event. I mean, 6 hours of just doing race, so nobody like really had to worry about missing it out, especially from work or anything like that. So it was actually a nice little event in that regard. And it's, of course, Halloween day. You gotta get the bones for the wing for your candy there.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad for the fact that it was on Halloween. I don't think it affected too much though, because it wasn't like at night when everyone's doing their Halloween plans. It was in the middle of the day.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But yeah, that's okay. So I ended up with 4 shinies. How many you ended up with in the end?
Just one.
Just one? Okay, that's good.
Just one.
Anything good in the rank of PvP, I guess? I don't know if it was a good... I mean, I know they're raid Pokemon, so they're not like the greatest PvP IVs, but maybe.
Honestly, I didn't look through the IVs too much. I'm really thinking of what moveset's going to be the most, relevant for him.
Mm-hmm.
I know Shadow Ball is one you want. I'm actually going to check that really quick because I'm curious.
Well, I mean, for Great League, it's always going to be under the rates requirements on that, so it's not too bad, I guess.
Yeah, it's saying a double bone is the way to go. That's crazy.
Interesting.
So Shadow Bone and Bone Club.
Well, I mean, both of them... No, both of them are not stab, but one of them at least gives you coverage, and the other one is a stab move. So in both of them are pretty quick. You don't even know what kind of move we'll be using in that regard. It's like because I think don't both they charge at the same time.
I haven't actually looked at that. I know Shadow Bone is a clone of like Sky Attack.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it charges up almost close to a Shadow Ball at that point then.
I know it's less than a Shadow Ball. I just can't remember how much it is.
Well, you search for that, definitely. It's one of those things that you gotta keep on lookout for. But because a lot of Marowak was already a threat on its own, and people were using it with Bone Club, Shadow Ball, or even Fire Spin, Fire Attack. No, Fire Wheel, the one that actually increases the attack.
It should be Flame Charge.
Oh yeah,
for
Flame
the
Charge.
meta
Yeah,
races attack. Yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of has a lot of different movesets. So don't think that just because you've seen it enough. I mean, yeah, what we know now is Bone Club, Shadow Ball in that regard. But in the end of the day, now that the bone is there, it's gonna be interesting.
It's interesting. It's a 45 energy versus the 35 energy it is for Bone Club.
So it takes...
And you get 10 energy per Fire Spin. So it's only one more Fire Spin.
So one more Fire Spin. Okay, so it's kind of like an equivalent to like a Sumaril's and Play Rough and Ice Beam.
Yes. Yeah,
So
I'm looking at Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is 55 energy.
So it takes
obviously Shadow Ball does more, but it's more risky to go for it.
Yeah. But against the type of meta, maybe. It really depends, especially now that we are in the Halloween Cup. We'll see.
We'll see. With that debuff chance, it's going to be insane to see.
Yeah, well, how much is the percentage on the debuff, do you know?
I want to say it's a 1 in 8 chance. Okay. I want to say. It might be less.
It's not bad. It's close to
I know it's not more.
Yeah. It's close to one of those other debuffs ones. But anyways... but yeah, those were our Miracle Raid days. I hope that anybody who has actually been able to play it got their shinies, and of course, hopefully things went as well as they did for everybody else. Because everybody was going a little bit ham, and I'm just like, I got like, thanks to this, now I think I have like 6 of Marowak. So
he's a good one too.
Yeah, I got 2 from the I got 2 from GoFest, and now I got 4 more from that day. So I'm like, okay, I think I have enough. I don't think I need any more.
Same.
Plus, they did give you 5 free raid passes. So if you guys were trying to go about it, that's fine. There was also a free 3 remote raid passes in the shop you could just purchase. So in the end of the day, you could have done 5, 7, 8 without even having to spend a penny at this point. So it was actually a pretty good one. I didn't utilize the free ones. Unfortunately, I was actually doing other things and had too many things to work about. So I just did remote, and I was happy with that.
Same.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. So that is, of course, the shinies and hundos, and then a lot of Mirai. But we're gonna recap one last thing, and that is the Halloween event, which ending in a few days. Chris, any luck on that one?
Dude, I need to find shiny Spiritomb. That is my goal before Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be out tomorrow, going ham looking for these.
Yeah.
I know people have been spending like daily, like trying to find them.
Yeah, I mean the quest to find Spiritomb hasn't been that common.
No.
But there are at least 3 or 4 quests out there. I think it's mostly 3 quests that you can actually get Spiritomb on. Which is the catch the 18 dark types, the 18 ghost types, and then the winter raid, I think, or winter raids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the only problem is it can also be a mask, which I'm still fine with.
Yeah, I'm fine with that because I need that shiny too, and I'm like, I have one, but of course I'm not getting ghost types. The Halloween event will be ending in 2 days, exactly 2 days from now. That means that we have until 8 p.m. today or tomorrow. Or actually, no, Tuesday. What am I talking about? I'm going crazy. And of course, don't forget to do your snapshots. You can also have cash candy and chargeable candy. So go ahead and get rid of all the legendaries that are, that means of open your meltdown box within the next 2 days to try to get extra candies too, because that's actually going to boost up that type of event. And then, of course, event research and rates and all that.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's basically Halloween. I haven't really had many luck on the ghost types aside from the Drifloom Mastery Catch quest that we had last week. After that, I really haven't gotten a shiny at this point, and I'm kind of like I'm looking through every one of them out there. It's not easy. It's not easy, definitely. Yeah. Halloween has never really been like my top-notch event. I mean, I know it's an amazing event. Don't get me wrong on that, but it's never been that type of event that I'm just like super ham on it just because the shinies and hundos and all that appear at some point, So
it's never been my shiny event.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it's never been my shiny event either.
Yeah, I didn't get any of my shiny ghosts on Halloween. Maybe a Duskull one of the years. I still need Shuppet, so I have a lot to get, man.
Yeah, I remember when Duskull actually appeared in Pokemon Go first time as a shiny, and I was like, I tried hard during the event and nothing happened, and then I think it was like 2 months later, I actually got it on just a random encounter in the wild in the morning. I was like driving to work, and all of a sudden I click on one. I'm like, shiny! I'm like, Yeah, Mask is one of those where I hope they keep in research so it doesn't disappear after the event goes away, because it's a shiny that you just wish you can get no matter what. It's hard to say that, unfortunately, that it's a rare spawn. It's one of in the categories of rare because you have like your normal spawns, but then if let's say it's either foggy weather, for the ghost types, of course, or just a nice ship, or a nice ship somewhere in the world, it will just spawn randomly. But it's one of those rare spawns that appear only every now and then, and it's only boosted through those events anyway. So once it's gone, the event is gone. I hope they keep it in research in that regard. So
yeah, I was gonna say, I'm fine with like Spiritomb and Delibird being like a holiday-based Pokemon. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
It just needs to be available to get, I mean, Spiritomb is locked only to quests, making it a super sought-after shiny for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I may actually try to do something on Tuesday, although we have a very important day here in the United States, which might cause me to just stay home all day anyways, but we won't talk about that. This is a Pokemon Go podcast, not anything else podcast. Although, it's one of those things. Anyways, let's go back into what Pokemon Go really is and get into the research topics of today, which are the news of the week. Chris, what is the very first things that we want to talk about here?
Something I really like is they changed the loading screen for Pokemon Go.
So
I actually was surprised. I looked over at my friend's screen and I was like, "Oh, that's new."
So I'm gonna go ahead and just restart my game here so you guys can actually see it. Anybody, of course, in the podcast services, sorry, you gotta check the live stream.
Or just open the app. I guess.
Just open the app. Yeah, I know. I love that. I'm trying to say that to come to the stream, but never. Here's a Luno on the screen. It's actually an amazing one. I wish it was actually introduced throughout the Halloween event, but I guess the update came about a little bit later. However, there's been a couple of quality of life changes thanks to this update, and it's actually a pretty good one. Definitely some things that we needed desperately. One being the the PvP screen battles and switch mechanics. Other ones interact also with our boxes. You actually are able to search a little better. The search bar is actually more highlighted thanks to that. If you actually go to the battle screen and let's say you choose your party, you can go ahead and tap on this, and then if you hold the screen long enough to the Pokemon, you can actually see the moves of the Pokemon that you have on there. So that's actually amazing because you have a lot of Pokemons already ranked up to things and double moves and everything, but you just don't know what to use at the time of,
Mm-hmm.
So you can keep on looking, and you don't have to pick the Pokemon until you actually click on it, and then it will actually stay in your party. However, it can actually show you the moves, the actual energy cost and everything. It's actually a pretty great update. A lot of people are actually loving this part of the update, and I really can't say nothing bad about it. It's nice and neat. We'll definitely show you guys a little bit more in the battle section and the PvP section of our podcast, if you're in the stream, of course. But for now, it's actually just amazing. There, of course, the PvP mechanics they haven't changed. It's just a nice little more overall better at this part.
Yeah, definitely a quality of life enhancement.
Yeah, definitely. There's actually a little more detail to this update, but we'll actually talk about it a little bit more later from the APK mine that we're going to be talking about, because there's more information hidden within the code that we're definitely excited about, and nothing more than greatness coming up. A new day, a new hope, hopefully. But yeah, the loading screen pretty good, so we'll definitely keep on that. But then what else we got to this week, Krish?
Something that kind of slipped past me was that we're going to be celebrating Pokemon Journeys, the series, with the Animation Week 2020.
2022, right?
2020.
But yes, the celebration Animation Week is coming to Pokemon Go, celebrating the Pokemon Journey series. Now, if you are living under a rock or you don't actually watch anything else than just play Pokemon Go, I'm saying that right now. I'm calling you all out right now. The Pokemon series, or Pokemon the anime, has actually done a great job at keeping us updated with Ashes and everything. We won't get into the full details of what's going on in that anime, but the new season of Pokemon came out in the United States not too long ago. So we got like maybe 2 seasons of it. It's not too bad. But it's actually a pretty great season. I'm going to say that they show Ash as a brand new light and brand new characters that really has actually grown to love since the beginning of it. Surprisingly enough, So definitely check out the anime. But we're going to have that celebration, which again, nobody was expecting. Nobody knew it was coming until the announcement of it. But here it is. There is this event, Pokemon's Encounter, and other contents with ties to the 2 main characters, Ash and Go, which, yes, that's the name of the other character, Go, G-O-H, will be available in Pokemon Go. You'll also be able to participate in event-exclusive time research inspired by the animated series storyline. When is this happening, Chris? Well, let me tell you. Friday, November 6th, which is actually this coming Friday, from 8 in the morning to Thursday, November 12th at 10 p.m. local time. So it is almost close to a week's worth of events. So be ready for nice little things going around Pokemon spanning the wild, here are the features of this animation week. World Cap Pikachu will be appearing in the wild. Some lucky trainers may even encounter a shiny one. So another chance at the shiny Cap Pikachu that we had at the beginning of the month of October. Only through the Spotlight Hour, and only like everybody was like, why? Right, Chris?
Yep. Yeah, I'm one of them. I like, I'm weird. I like the hat shinies.
Yeah, so another chance to get this shiny, so it's actually pretty nice. However, then there's more. From Thursday, November 5th at 1 p.m. to Monday, November 16th, a returning Pokemon into the 5-star race, and this is Lugia. Wait, now his finally his signature move, Aeroblast. Ah!
It's gonna be interesting. It's definitely gonna be interesting.
Yes, definitely. We will definitely be talking about the moves and stats thanks to the AP Game Mine, but finally, since again the beginning of this year, when everything was going on and the COVID hit, everything got canceled, and everybody was like, "We gotta stay home." This is finally the time to return to Lugia's signature move. Again, it can be shiny. We already had the shiny for a while. But now you have Aeroblast, and it's actually a pretty strong move that we will talk about definitely very, very soon here in the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
But actually, at the same time, that is one of the Mr. Pokemon that was going to be returning through the last week's podcast, where they mentioned a returning Pokemon. They will soon know. I kind of figured it was going to be
very familiar Pokemon.
Yeah, I know, right? So it's like
we've seen it very often.
Yeah, often, like almost 300 times at this point. And every single time, aside from the shiny, it has been like, where is the signature move? And we're finally getting it for the first time here in Pokemon Go, guys.
Oh, boy.
It took forever, but we finally got here. We finally got here, guys. Hold on.
We'll get the Hundo.
I know, right? Oh my god, if that happens, I'm just like...
The Shundo. Oh.
See, my luck went through the Halloween stuff. I think I'm okay for now.
No. You got room for more. You got room for more.
If that happens again, I'm buying the lottery ticket. Actually, somebody on Twitter, which I can't remember his name right now, but I'm gonna look it up real quick. Searching. A lot of things happening. There we go. Awesome Adam's Family, or Awesome Adam TV, actually made history here, which I'm gonna show it for you guys. Actually, if you're in the podcast right now or in the live stream, he made history by getting 2 back-to-back Shando Darkrai's.
I saw that
Back-to-back. I'm like, guys.
On stream too, right?
I have gotten it back-to-back Hondos, but never back-to-back Shandos. And that's just insane. Alright? Insane. Like, that's one for the history books. For sure. In the whole Pokemon Go career. If we ever actually open a book and says Pokemon Go Live, this is one of them.
It's just insane odds.
Yes, definitely. So, that's crazy. But anyways, back to actual news here, because we got a little sidetracked with all the information. I mean, this is Ranting Pokemon Go, Purified Podcast. You love it. Anyways, for extra features, Pokemons like Ivysaur, Pinsir, Snorlax, Golurk, and others will be appearing in raids. So Golurk in raids, that's actually pretty fun. I actually like Golurk a lot.
He's cool.
Yes. They also have, you can also look forward to encountering the following Pokemons more frequently in the wild: Bulbasaur, Execute, Cubone, Scyther, Dratini, Cyndaquil, and more. And if you're lucky, you might even encounter a shiny Cubone. Nah. I don't even know if Niantic knows the shinies that they have released at this point.
I don't know if they're teasing us.
But what's the reason that it's supposed to be teasing us? I mean, I know Cubone is part of the anime, but what's the point? What is the point? Niantic, please give me some head up on this. I have no idea what the heck you're thinking about this one. Anyways.
The only thing I can think is, like, look at Drifloon. Maybe they're boosting the odds. That's the only thing I can hope. You know, and that's why they're mentioning it. I don't know.
We already have a lot of America right there. I don't think I need to see any more of the bones around here. So
more bone.
Sure. Anyways. Alright, so Pichu, Mankind, Riolu, and Cubone will be hatching from 7KX if you're lucky. I'm sorry, hold on. Lucky trainers may even hatch a shiny Cubone. Why? Niantic!
It's not boosted. Why are they putting it in 7-kilometer egg? Like,
oh my god.
If they don't, if it's not boosted odds, and
Okay.
they put it in 7-kilometer
At
egg,
least-
I'm scratching my head now.
At least the pool in 7KX will change for that event only, and it's
Yeah.
going to be only those Pokemon specifically. I need that Riolu. Like, no
Yeah.
lie, I don't care. I need that Riolu right there, right now, to be able to boost that thing. So Mankind is not even shiny. Pichu, I don't even care at this point. Cubone, I don't know why you're the one in the featured in this event.
You know what's funny? I still don't have a shiny Pichu of any kind.
Oh, I got like 400. Like
So
4
I'd
or
be
5.
fine hatching that too.
Yeah, okay, all right. I see it, but it's one of those shinies where you get too many, you don't want it anymore.
That's Magby for me.
That's Shinx for me. And I know people that's gonna hate me from that.
Yeah.
I mean, I got like 5 Shinx, I think. Was it 5? Yeah, I was at 3. No, I was at 4, and then the 5th one like came like last month or something. I can't remember right now. Oh Lord. Anyways, take on new time research inspired by multiple episodes of the ongoing series, The Pokemon Journeys, the series. Okay, thank you for me saying series is 2 times. Just like Shiny Cubone. I'm a little salty, guys. I'm sorry. Go might appear in Go snapshots. Be sure to take a snapshot during this event. That's actually pretty okay. I'm okay with new other characters from like different aspects of the Pokemon universe appearing into Pokemon Go. We had, Professor Oak appearing through trailers. We had Tingle Rocket, Jesse and James. Go is finally now appearing here. In that regard, I want to say that they're actually doing well in introducing characters that could impact the whole game mechanic of Pokemon Go, since it's an old meta in its own thing. But introducing characters like Jesse and James and all that has actually been such a great way to tell the story into the game. That just shows that we can choose and pick like different characters of the aspects. Just like in Go Battle League, you get the Steven pose or the blue pose or something else pose, and all those things, actually appear, in the animes and things like that, or in the series itself. So it's good. I actually like this kind of introductions to it, and the snapshots is probably going to, take another page in that, and hopefully introduce a little more story to the game that we love right now, because there's still a lot more to go through.
Yeah, the community of Pokemon Go that just go around taking snapshots and photos of everything and like editing it whatever way they can. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they'll be fine with having Go in there, because that adds another aspect to their photos that they can mess around with, hopefully.
Yeah,
I know
definitely.
It's random, but dude, if they get lucky with that, I don't know. I think a lot of them will like it.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and then one last thing: Go Aspire Avatar items will be available in the shop for free. They actually said free this time.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? I know. That's just great, right? Free stuff, guys. I never thought I'd see the day.
I'll take it.
That's it. We're calling right there, But yeah, all right. So real quick before we get into the next part of the news, I actually just completed my research for 18 ghost types.
Oh.
So real quick, guys, can I get some shiny luck right here on the stream right now?
Shiny luck.
Please send that all to me, because I need that shiny Spiritomb and then be done with this, because I don't want to actually have to catch 18 more of everything else.
Wait, I gotta take off my headphones.
Alright, well, hold on. I'll just make sure that everybody has caught up here on the stream to make sure. Looks good. How about you guys? Any shiny luck here? Any shiny luck? Free after you pay $1.99. I love that paper cut. But yeah, alright. We're gonna start it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't want to see it. Come on. Dang it. You know what? I'm gonna actually leave it in the stack, because I need to catch more ghosts next time. But now,
cool.
Yeah, I know, right? Let me check. I actually done quite a bit since the event started. I have 8 Spiritombs. So that's not bad. I got my 1 there. I think I had close to a 98 or 96. I think this is a 90. No, that's a 93.
Mm-hmm.
It's close, so close. Of course, I'm looking for the Honda too, but it's kind of other things.
Always.
All right, the excitement is off. Let's get back into the news. And what is the next piece of news here, Chris?
Oh, buddy. If you guys have been waiting for the community day, we've got double the news this month. It's interesting. Electabuzz and Magmar will be featured during November's community day events. When I saw this, I was pretty darn surprised. I thought they were giving us the next 2 months events. I don't know. How do you feel about it?
So let's get into what exactly. Oh, you're getting invited into this, right, too, Chris?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going ham. All right. So this is what's happening. Community Day finally has been announced for November, which is the last Community Day that we have before December's, which is going to bring everything back for the year's worth. And this is what's going to happen. 2 Community Days. 2 days, 2 different days. It's going to feature Electabuzz and Magmar. 2 of the Pokemons we already know and seen and love. And one of them is already shining in the wild anyways. But but trainers, here is what it is. For some of you around the world, November marks the beginning of the holiday season. It's a great time to reflect on what we're thankful for, such as our community. In celebration of the spirit of community, we're excited to announce that there will be 2 separate Community Day events this November, one featuring Electabuzz, the electric Pokemon, and the other one, Magmar, the Spitfire Pokemon, because, the mouth is like a Spitfire.
The butthead Pokemon.
Butthead Pokemon. So when is this happening? Well, Electabuzz Community Day is happening on November 15th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. local time, another 6-hour event for Electabuzz. Featuring, of course, Electabuzz. If you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny one. Evolve Electabuzz during the event up to 2 hours of the event afterwards to get into Electivire that knows the move Flamethrower. Take a few snapshots, just like we always know. Special one-time purchase Electabuzz Community Day box available in the shop with Elite Fast EMs, 3 Super Incubators, 3 Incest, and 30 Ultra Balls. Events, exclusive time research and field research tags will be available. By completing the time research tag, you will earn some Sinnoh and other items. The $1 equivalent special research for Electabuzz Community Day is called what's the name of it? Electric for Electabuzz?
Yeah.
Really? That's how you call it?
Yeah.
And then, of course, Elekid, which is the pre-evolution, will be hatching from 2-kilometer eggs. Yeah. So that's actually good because the shiny babies is something that we needed for a while to return because, it is. What is the bonuses of the event? I'm glad you asked, everybody, because, everybody needs to know what we're actually getting here.
I love it.
1-4 hash distance on eggs placed in incubators during this event. Now, this is good and bad for 2 things. One, if you want to grind out different eggs, like the 12K eggs that we have, you might want to actually incubate it during the time. So grind it out before the week's event, and motto, that's what it is. However, if you're grinding 2K eggs, if you place it on super incubators, it will be like 0.03 kilometers, so they'll be hatching in like instantly. So that's a good in that regard. But yeah, shiny Elekid is probably one that I'm looking for. Don't have the shiny evolutions anyway, so it's like kind of one of the things that I'm just like, it's in the community today. I'm gonna get one. That's it. I'm done. Peace out.
Yeah, it's gonna be really exciting. I'm sure we're gonna have shiny Electabuzz in the wild afterwards too.
Yeah,
which I'm definitely looking forward to.
Yeah, definitely. I do have the Hondo already in Electabuzz and Electivire. I hatched a 100% Elekid a while back, and I just evolved it all the way. So it's not like I need to really hunt for it aside from the shiny. Probably just get like the Evolution Knight if I can because of the eggs. But after that, I really don't need to go ham on this event.
Electivire is already amazing with Wild Charge. I don't see the point of Thunderbolt, honestly.
You mean Flamethrower?
No. We're talking about Electivire, right?
Yeah. Electivire gets Flamethrower.
Oh! This changes everything!
Hold on, the world has changed.
I read it wrong. I read it wrong. Oh my gosh, what?
Yeah, so Electivire will get Flamethrower, guys.
Oh, that's going to be really cool.
It basically covers a couple of the moves from some of the Pokemons out there that just walls them completely. Like grass types. Grass types walls electric types all day. So this having a flamethrower actually is, pretty good.
Yeah, it has Ice Punch right now, which it threatens them, but flamethrower would probably almost one-shot, so that's interesting.
Pretty much.
Okay, cool.
So yes.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Mm-hmm. And of course, it's Electivire, but Magmar is also having its Community Day, and it will be on Saturday, November 21st at 11 to 5 p.m. local time. Same things with everything else. You'll, of course, be seeing Magmar in the wild, shiny available. Evolve Magmar into Magmortar that knows Thunderbolt. So again, a move that actually walls the other types of Pokemon. So it's actually helpful for, let's say, water types. Water types counter Magmortar, and you just use a Thunderbolt and they're deleted. So pretty much just to cover the moves. The snapshots is the same. Another Community Day box with an Elite Charge CM this time, but everything else, of course, is the same. Time research by completing you get Sinnoh. And then, of course, the $1 special research Magmar Community Day will be no match for Magmar. And of course, Magby will be hatching from 2 kilometer X. Stay tuned for when the tickets will go live, so that way we know when. Of course, tickets are non-refundable, just like the same in the post. And the bonuses are the same from the event, that 1/4 hatch distance. 2 community days to basically celebrate the whole community on the month of November. I think there's also like a kind of thing that says, thank you, Niantic. I mean, you're giving us a little bit more than what we. So I think that also, we skipped 1 month's worth of community date during the pandemic. Then, of course, at the beginning of the pandemic, I think we were supposed to have Abra Community Day happen. It didn't happen until the following month.
I don't remember if they skipped it or if they just made it so you could play it from home.
I think the bonuses and everything hasn't actually coexist at that point. So before before the bonuses were implemented into the game, thanks to, because of the pandemic, I think that they decided to postpone Abra's Community Day and say, okay, we're just going to move it today. So technically we had a month with no Community Day because of the pandemic. And I think this is a way to reincarnate that and still have our 11 Pokemons for Community Day. Mm-hmm. So that's the case. Now, real quick, shiny luck for Gengar.
I believe in you.
Nah.
I didn't get one.
I didn't either. I don't even know what the Hundo is on Gengar.
1631 or 36. I don't remember.
Then I got a bad one because it's like 1613 or something.
That's not horrible. Probably like a 91, 93. I
got my Hundo. I don't care.
Yeah.
It would be nice to actually use a Hundo as custom Gengar for Bow Battle League and all that, and the TMD move. But yeah.
Yep. Somebody used 96 or 98. It might have actually been a Hundo. Somebody used a really high IV costume Sableye against me.
Oh,
I was like,
God.
Can you not flex on me, man? Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, Gengar, just getting the ball. I want to keep talking about things. Oh my God. I hate Gengar's catch screen because he's so far away in the catch.
Yeah.
Alright, but those are community days, of course, guys. Make sure that you are prepared for it. I actually have both community days off, so ready to rumble on those days. Electabuzz, I'm probably going to go really casually, super casually on that, just because I really don't need more shinies than what I could probably already get during community day. Just get a few and then that's it. Mm-hmm. And then Magmar, I'm probably going to go a little bit more just because I don't have the shinies on any aspects of those and no Hundos. So, of course, getting the Hundos is my main goal on that. So, all right, then, Chris, what is our last piece of news that we have here for everybody?
Oh, baby. I don't even know how to say this, There's just crazy stuff happening in the APK. Mm-hmm. I'm looking through it. I have not seen a lot of this information.
So it's brand new to you too?
Yes. I know about a tiny bit of it. Oh my gosh, dude. Looking over this, it is insane.
So this APK mine, and real quick, guys, remember that data mining is breaking terms of service. However, reporting on data mining is not. So we'll definitely be talking about it because there's already information out there in the wild for you guys. But yes, this APK mine 0.191 bye bye Gengar. APK mine breakdown from Pokemon Go Hub. It's actually pretty interesting because it's introducing a couple of things into the game master. Those being the level requirement for level 41 or more. Generation 6 is finally being added into the game. And Pokemon Home supports, and of course more than that. But let's dive into this APK mine, shall we, Chris?
Oh yes, sir, dude. I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. So real quick, I'm going to show it to you guys. There is a little bit of a visual assets added into this APK mine, which is the Dex filters. So we're adding just the extra final Dex Pokemons or badges that we're probably going to have. The one on the middle one, if you guys can probably see this, is the one for Kalos region, which is Generation 6. And the one right after that is actually the Alolan Dex, which is the Rotom Dex, which is actually pretty cool.
Yep.
I actually like that one. Of course, the last one is the one from our latest generation introduction, so that will also be there. But there's a few ones here too, which I'm actually interested in. And some of them, of course, we already know, like the Shadow and Purify screens. We have the Evolution one. I think that's maybe changing. We have a Party Hat one. So
I think that's going to be costume Pokemon.
I think so too.
Particular.
There is one that is really fainted here that looks like a shiny one, but it's not really shiny. It could be Purified one. There's one for boosted. Like this is image right here. This is for like boosted in PvP. So I'm not sure how this one is going to be implemented. We have another real weird sparkly one. I think it's a Purified shiny or a Shadow shiny. I think it could be Purified shiny.
Looking at them, it looks like mythical, shiny, shiny lucky. I have no idea what's after the shiny.
It could be lucky. This one could be lucky. This one is shiny, but then we have a Mew, and that's really interesting.
I'm thinking it's just going to be mythical, like Pokemon you can't trade.
Oh, mythical shinies. Interesting. Well, it's speculation train, guys. With this, what do you guys think? There's a couple extra things. We do have appraisal filters, which is actually pretty nice.
That's nice.
Master logos, which I'm not entirely sure. I think this one we already saw in if you actually go to the Tingle Rocket ones, you actually see the master logos already, which is actually pretty interesting because a few of them are locked for me right now because I don't purify enough. Even though I'm to Purify Podcast, but you know what I meant. We have the home transport line something. I guess it's like the special effects that comes through it, and then rare extra large candy.
How do you think that's going to work? Do you think it's going to bypass Stardust?
Well, let's get into it because this is what basically the APK mine has been talking about this whole time. So first of all, we got Pokemon Home. So there's small implementations into Pokemon Home. Why are we getting about into Apps Array? No, thank you. I got two shinies. One of them being a Shadow shiny, so I'm good. All right, Pokemon Home. There's a few more things actually added into the code to refine the home events and the home things that we're going to be using. Right here, Pokemon Go says, energy cost and how Niantic is going to implement a cooldown on how many Pokemon you can transfer to Pokemon Home, with each Pokemon having its own energy cost. So some will cost more to transfer than others. So that really depends. It might actually cost like candies or something, depending on what it is. But, in all regard, it actually helps out a lot of players that it's not going to take too much to be able to transfer your Pokemon from Go to Home in that regard. There's also error codes, which, if you can transfer this Pokemon, they will not let you. Just like maybe some custom Pokemons and all that, because they are not supposed to be existing in anything aside from Pokemon Go. Or even Shadow Pokemons. Shadow Pokemons could not technically be existing anywhere but Pokemon Go because it's in that regards. There's also the cooldown reduction information added. So it's likely a flag of saying what kind of like coins do you need to actually, use to reduce the cooldown. Just like we mentioned before, the cooldown, you can transfer Pokemons, but there will be a cooldown. So we don't know what the timing is or how much it will take to actually transfer more Pokemons in that regard. But we'll see once the full effect of Home actually happens. And you may not know, maybe tomorrow we'll have more news about that because everything is being implemented soon.
I hope so.
There's more text updates, like not finding the home account or anything like that. There's also looks like there will be an article posted up pretty quickly on how it's gonna work. So we don't know when that'll be actually be confirmed. Some steps and how to do things and this with Home and Go, so that they know exactly how to use the mechanic feature of it and things like that. So I mean, I could go on about that, and there's definitely other things that are definitely exciting, because finally we'll be able to transfer our 20,000 shinies that we have in Pokemon Go.
I have so much room I need to make.
Yeah, this will help me out in a great increase for sure. As much as I love the shinies that I got in Home and Go, there's a lot that are just like definitely like placeholders at that point. I'm just not transferring anything, so I'm gonna transfer it to Home when I get the chance.
Yeah,
if I get the chance, because I don't know how many.
Like the Calm Day shinies, people don't want if they've had the Calm Day. Yeah. So like they're just sitting there.
There are a lot of people in our community that are also like big. Let's say I need 1,000 shinies, and this is my thing, and things like that. And even Mystic 7 went through that in the last few of his videos. So I'm just like, I'm okay. I just keep this. Leave me my handles, and I'll be fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of the things. So that's Home. We're getting more information about Home. I really do think that this feature is set to release this month, just because of everything that's going on. The release of the animation week and everything like that. This is actually like pretty big, guys. However, that's not it. And I'm getting a little bit thirsty here, so let me take a sip of water before I continue. All right, let's get to it. Level 41 M+. So more information about actually how to get higher than level 40. It's been a long time coming. We knew it was coming since GoFest. We knew people are talking about it since then, but we haven't really. Everything has been in the down low since then. So we're definitely going to be talking about what's going on here. What is really going on? I'm not sure yet, but there looks like they're implementing this through quests. Now, this is what the Go Hub actually is mentioning. So more support for the level up quest that Niantic has said it were coming. It looks like it will be in the form of special quest. Not sure if we'll have to do a special research for every level, or just unlock level 40 through 50 and then smaller quests per level. Either way, putting something different into the level other than experience is a welcome change and something that we are looking forward to. Mm-hmm. Yes, so it's going to be an interesting way, because there's like different codes that says, you gotta finish this quest and then you'll get like the experience to level up more and more and more. So as we know, for the last 4.5 years at this point, leveling up has been the grind to level 40. But level 40 has never been anything else after that. And we're all always worried to see what is the next step to the level up. Chris, what do you think?
I mean, I'm definitely excited for it. I know we've been waiting for it for a while. Yeah, I don't think there's really a wrong way they could do it, I just hope we get some good items for it, maybe some incenses, some incubators. No berries, please. I don't need berries. What would you like? What would you like?
Well, it really depends.
Just maybe a cool pose for getting like level 50.
That could be nice. I'm definitely sure that a lot of people who have been the grinders in this whole level experience will be welcoming in actually how to do things now, because I want to say that it's not bad to get to grind to level 40, but it hasn't been that exciting to gain experience at all for anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been a lot easier recently too, just because of raids. I'm trying to think of some other ways. I mean, we didn't have raids before. We didn't have best friend benefits,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and that's not talking down to people that have reached level 40.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
It's just, it used to be more of a grind, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Sure. But yeah, one of the things that I'm gonna mention right now is that once we actually get information on when this is going to be implemented fully into the game, I wanted you guys, everybody in the community or anybody who's listening to us, to take a screenshot of your total experiences that you go to your profile. Just click on it, take a screenshot before this goes live, and just, remnants of how it was when you got to this point. Because I remember, in 2018 is when I got level 40, I believe. And what about yours? Do you remember?
I know I hit it a lot later than a lot of people because I wasn't a big raider at first. I would just use the free passes, and then Rayquaza came out.
Yeah.
I was like, let me hop on it.
Let me hop on this. Let me hop on that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I would probably have to go back to my channel and see when I actually live level 40. But in all regards, I hit level 40, I think, a year and a half into the game's description. So it wasn't too bad back then.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go through the entire playlist of things and it will be over there somehow.
I want to say it was after Best Friends were added, but I'm not sure.
No, I didn't actually hit it before Best Friends. I didn't hit it before Friends were implemented in the game. I can't remember that much.
Yeah, like I think one of the ways I hit it was because of getting best friends with somebody. I don't remember that.
Yeah, let me see if I can filter this. It's been a while.
I might be wrong. I used to care way more about XP, but now after level 40, you don't really care that much.
I know, right? Let me see. Is this the one? To make sure that... No, I think. What was this? March 7? Oh yeah, this was it. I was just doing evolution grind, just like everybody else on stream. And then, yep, right here. I'm showing you guys because this is my video, so YouTube can't copyright me for this. Thank goodness.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. We used to have to evolve Pokemon.
Yeah, one of the things back at the end of the day.
Come on, get away from me a second.
Here it is, guys. This is where I actually hit level 40. So this happened actually March 7 of 2018.
Ever to come out.
And I actually did a Pokédex evolution for this.
Alright. So this should put us at level 40 when we get out of the stream. We're gonna go
and I thought I had like an even number at that time.
But
I forgot that it was double experience at the time, so I guess they just gave me a little bit more.
Yes!
The screen, the beautiful screen that's been, what, over 2 years at this point since I seen it? Oh man, that was a grind for sure. But let's get a little bit more into the news here because we got more to talk about before we reminisce more about Pokemon Go because Pokemon Go is just too great about this. Let's see. So yes, all right. Get back into the whole level 40 and plus and more and everything. New batches and everything will be implemented. Of course, we already seen that. The whole extra candy thing that they implemented into this. I don't know how extra candy is gonna work. Ah, look at that. Mega buff icon. So when you have a Mega Pokemon evolve, you will see an icon in the same spot where Lucky Eggs, Star Piece, and Instants icons show up. I didn't know about that.
I like that.
Yeah, at least you know how much time you have left on your Mega Evolve instead of having to go to the storage stream and be like, okay, so this is my Mega Evolve Pokemon, you know. Extra large candy says some new item being added. Extra large candy comes in both regular and rare flavors, and you'll be able to convert some regular extra large candy into extra large candy. Also a tutorial. Interesting. Alright, moving on. Gen 6. Oh my god. Generation 6, guys. Woohoo! It's finally here. My favorite generation of them all.
Never played it.
I hate you.
I can't say I'm not excited. More Pokemon's always good.
Oh god. Well, the starters are in the code. Sylveon is in the code. Legendaries are in the code, and Mythicals too. They implemented at least those already into the game. Not the whole, like, you know, Pokemon's in there from Generation 6, which is actually one of the smallest ones too is like probably 50 something brand new Pokemons or something. So it's not adding too much to the pile. But we're getting them. And I'm excited because Sylveon is one of my favorites and I want it. Zygarde is also a good one. Cermes is a good one. Greninja is also a good one. I'm like,
oh yeah.
I need it now. But I know there's still a lot of Pokemon out there from Generation 5 hasn't been implemented into Pokemon Go. So this may not come into probably the end of the year, guys. So don't get your hopes up anytime soon. We'll talk about it when it comes closer and closer to those dates, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have a little bit of more things like new areas in the maps, just maybe some quality of updates, some extra effects there and there, and yeah, a lot of things more to be happy about. Again, Generation 6, level 40, Pokemon Home interaction, everything is going to be interesting coming soon into Pokemon Go, guys. So let's get hyped, let's get speculating and see how it goes. And hopefully next week we have more news on how November is going to shape up, because I'm sure that we still have way more to come around.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that is it for our news section. But our get good, get wrecked. Here we go, Chris.
I'm ready, man.
All right, let's get into this battle, shall we?
You trying to throw hands? Ooh.
We're going to show you guys how we are doing in the Halloween Cup with our current Pokemons. We haven't said anything to each other yet. So we're going to go ahead. Chris, I'm going to go ahead and send you an invite.
Okay.
To a battle.
And you said this is your first time battling with the new mechanics?
Yes. So I'm maybe a little bit rusty.
The good news is I've heard it's a lot more smooth. I've only done like a day's worth.
Mm-hmm.
With the new mechanics. It feels a lot better though. When you switch, you don't miss out on a turn like you used to.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. All right, well, here we go.
Ooh. Wormadam like you.
Wormadam doesn't like me.
I don't know. That's a poison type.
Okay, so I can tell you this much. I didn't mean to switch there. Oh God.
I don't know if I should have swapped there, but I think it's a good move.
We'll see. Alright, so this is actually showcasing a little bit of the mechanic, the brand new mechanics there. So it's not bad. I want to say that surprisingly has some interesting information.
I like that it has the timer on both of them, and it shows you the health of the Pokemon.
Oh yeah, that brand new effect in itself is pretty nice.
Yes.
So I want to say that I'm probably gonna lose this game, but we'll see.
Oh no, Wiggly kind of mean.
We'll see. I don't even know what you have in the background. How did I win that?
Dude, I was trying so hard to go for another rock slide. I should have just went for an X scissor and like pretended it was a rock slide.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We'll see.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, so fast! I love it.
I know, right? At least the reaction to it is actually pretty good.
I did notice it really zooms in when people switch too.
Yeah, I definitely needed to switch. Definitely needed to guard that Iron Head there. Oh man, he actually.
There's another one.
Yeah, that's another one.
I want to say it's like 4 per Iron Head. I don't know. I've really been liking Wormadam lead though.
That's not bad, I guess.
Ooh, yeah. The only thing that sucks is it is a 3-turn charge move
Mm.
or return quick move. So there's been a lot of matchups I've lost because the damage didn't go through.
Yeah. Well, I knew I was gonna lose this one anyways.
GG's, my friend.
GG's. I got you to the last Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie, this was pretty good though.
It was closer than it could have been for sure.
Thanks for the Sinistone, and that's it. But yeah, that was actually implementing the brand new mechanics. Just like Chris is saying, the switch mechanics actually a lot smoother thanks to that. And showing the health of the Pokemon on the side of the timer is actually also pretty good, because before it was kind of like, okay, how many more like turns do I have left on this to be able to use this and things like that. It was kind of annoying, but you actually had to like really think on what you were using and what you were keeping in the back, and maybe doing like the sacrifice swap and everything. Your opponent can't see your Pokemons, but you can, and you know when and how to use your Pokemon. So that's actually a little more easier and friendlier for the actual player, in the regards that they don't have to think as much and they concentrate on what they're actually, tapping and going and using specifically from that. So
exactly, one less thing to remember.
Yeah, so I think that it's actually a great implementation. I guess the right word I'm looking for. And yeah, thank you, Niantic, for this nice little quality of updates. Definitely going to be using more during the Go Whole Battle League. And yeah, Go Battle League should be, the season should be ending in 7 days. So 7 days in X amount of hours. And Season 5, which will be the relaxing season, because we won't have to worry about rankings and all that stuff. We just have to worry about choosing our Pokemons from here on out. That was from the blog post back in when Season 4 was announced. And they said that, definitely going to have a break month or a break season from Go Battle League. People will not have to actually go so much into getting into rank 10 or anything much, because it's going to be like a nice little helper there. And thank you very much, PKXT, from subscribing there. Thank you so much for joining us here through Pokemon Go. But yeah, and then after that, of course, we want to say, right now we actually use our Halloween Cup Pokemons, because Halloween is still in full effect for another few days, and the Halloween Cup is going pretty well. Actually, we're having so much fun with this cup that I actually grinded out to rank 7 for the first time in 2 seasons, because I was like, I needed to get a little more handle on the mechanics and everything. But it's been fun. How about you, Chris? How much fun have you gotten in this one?
Oh, I've been having a lot of fun. I hope the people that aren't used to a closed meta are enjoying it. I know a lot of people like open metas. The people that don't do like self cups. Yeah, I hope it brings more people into that kind of thing, and I hope they keep doing it.
Yeah, definitely. Now, Halloween Cup has been something that we have experienced thanks to Silt Arena. And most of the Pokemons that we already have were already prepared for the Cup. So aside from a few exceptions that were implemented in the last few, because the first time we actually had something similar to this was, I don't know, probably 2 seasons ago in the very first seasons of Silt Arena. And, implementing the Wigglytuff and all those Pokemons were nice addition back in the day. But other Pokemons like Beedrill, who had their community Pokemons this year and everything, has been a pretty nice addition to the growing rights of what the Halloween Cup is. So it's pretty nice. It's pretty good. But yeah, we definitely wanted to talk about a little bit more on the Silt Arena and the brand new month's worth of cups. But I feel like we are going to take a backseat on that one for tonight and keep it on the low for next podcast, because there's more information coming and more things to talk about for sure.
I'll definitely get you guys up to date on that next cup next week.
Definitely. If you, of course, want to check out other content creators, they are talking about the Silt Arena's Cup for this month. I want to actually shout out real quick somebody who I've been listening for the last few, actually since she was implemented actually. Let me check if I can find her real quick. There we go. This one is called, on Twitter at least, she is Antisa21. And she has a whole podcast related to PvP in Pokemon Go, and that is called the Battle Academy Podcast. I listen to her every time she releases a podcast. She's actually super fun when she talks about everything Pokemon Go PvP related. and other things, of course. But either way, she's actually like, if you really want to start out, she starts out with you and like goes through every episode, mechanic wise of PvP, everything like that. And she talks about all the Stealth Arena, all the GBL, everything that Pokemon Go PvP, and shout outs, a lot of different other things like what Pokemon is good to use and what things to use throughout this thing. So check them out if you want to talk a little bit more, but we'll definitely give us our own thoughts and process on the March Cup, which is the next Stealth Arena season cup for this month.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, after that, I think that's it, Chris. I think that's our podcast for today.
I think that's it, sadly.
Definitely. Keep us updated, of course. Make sure you check us out on social media. Pure Letter Go for myself, Cristo 0517 for Chris. We have our own Twitch channels, YouTube channels. Make sure you subscribe, follow as much as possible, because we are trying to make content for you guys as much as possible. And then, of course, thank you for listening. And you can always listen us at the other podcast services like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Spotify, Amazon Music, and many more. Please, it will greatly appreciate it if you leave us a quick review on those channels, so that way more people can come to our podcast itself. And then, of course, you can email us anything, info@purifiedpodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you tell us about your day and screenshot your experience, because we want to see how you guys are doing, and we definitely check those out every day, but we need some more. Give us some more. And then, of course, don't forget to check us out at thepurifiedpodcast.com. And I think that's it for the podcast, guys. Chris, how about you take us away for the night?
All right. Okay. Hope you guys had a happy Halloween, and hopefully you made it through safely, so you're here to listen to the episode. We got a lot to look forward to. 2 community days. It's going to be insane. Double the fun. Send us the shinies you get. Send us all your luck so we can get lucky too. And yeah, have a good week, guys. Peace out.
Keep running, trainers. We'll see you next time.